like acknowledged, like, oh, I can be
people are like, I do
this.
drugs every day. I'm so disciplined in doing my drugs. I set them up. I get them ready. I do it every hour.
Lighter.
That's discipline.
Yeah,
no, honestly, a
is.
drug addict doing drugs is disciplined to get those drugs by any means necessary.
Right.
To do those drugs by any means necessary.
Right.
To hurt whoever they need to by any means necessary.
You're not going to out hustle
you
a crackhead.
are disciplined.
You
they
know
are
what
the
I mean?
most disciplined people you can meet.
Yeah, so why don't you just make your crack instead
So imagine,
something good?
I like to care, but I don't know. Your words can't shake my bones, though. I'm stronger than you know. Your fire can't melt my soul, no.
Do a little chatting.
Yep.
Piss a few people off. A lot more than a few, probably. Everyone.
We're going to piss a lot of people off, but I think we're going to also make a lot of people happy because we're going to say what they want to say, what they're thinking. We're going to say the quiet part out loud.
If you don't find something to relate to, like, get out of here.
Get out.
Look right in the eyes. Get out. I'm just kidding.
Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found my fight.
We're excited to announce that we're partnering with GhostBed. Their mattresses are crazy comfortable and super cool, literally, thanks to their patented cooling technology. And they ship right to your door. If you're ready to level up your sleep,
head on over to ghostbed.com/unfiltered for 10% off their already insanely low prices.
Scary low. All right.
Let's just get into it.
LOL. Wow, what a week. Okay. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered and Unfazed. I'm your host, Tessa.
I'm Heather.
Yeah, so really honestly, like there was so much going on, and now there's so little going on.
Right.
But
which we've never said we were like a current events.
But it's just so many events have been so crazy lately that I'm like, okay, like
we have to touch on them.
Yeah, like I mean, there's so many things that are literally like infecting every area of lives that it's like, okay, like it's really hard for me not to talk about this.
But even
like,
the stuff we have talked about, what's crazy is how quick it came. It goes.
Yeah.
And like it was the biggest, like the Coldplay thing, the Sydney Sweeney thing, like it has all died down.
Yeah.
Even the Epstein thing.
Yeah, which is
like people still are talking about it, but it's trickling. It's like less. And they're talking about it like kind of still demanding answers from all angles. But it's like those things all kind of just faded. Right. I swear it's literally like P. Diddy never happened.
No, actually,
been seen with his family. Like he is non-existent.
I literally did not even think about P. Diddy until you just now said it just now. And I go, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Cassie. I did forget.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry. Like, that's actually insane. Like, we can't forget all the baby oil.
Which is wild, though, how it was the talk of the town.
Yeah. And then it's just gone. It's like, that's the crazy thing, because I feel like the media definitely like controls a huge portion of like, our mental stability too.
For sure.
Like just so many things that are like, I mean, it's all controlled by like people paying them to say certain things.
Well, and you have to think about the mental state of the people they're talking about, right? Like those people, everybody says, well, they're put in the public eye, so who cares? Like that's what they signed up for.
Right.
But it's like at the same time, those people, like I bet when it goes, like even remember the Kim Kardashian scandal when the tape got released?
Like, which one?
that one did her
tape?
in pretty. She was like not okay because it
was
Ray J, right?
Yeah, because everybody like this is the thing. Like, and I've always had this opinion, like your body is the one thing that you have that belongs to you. Yeah. Right. And so like there's nothing else in this world that belongs to you besides your body. Yeah. Right. That like everything else, like it's the only thing you're going to take with you when you die. Hopefully.
Right.
You know, hopefully.
I rebuke in the name of Jesus.
Literally, don't you dare make me a zombie. I swear to God. Well, if you make me work after I die,
I rebuke any and
all.
I can't.
Any undead.
Any and all bad, negative, demonic energy, I rebuke in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
Amen. Thank you.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, my whole point is that scandal was like devastating at that time. She was like, thought everything was over for her. And it's like, next thing you know, that's over.
Right.
And then I don't know if Paris Hilton was before or after her video being released.
Oh, of Kim Kardashian? I don't know.
But then that was a scandal. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Then there's a new one and everybody forgets about the old one.
Right.
And I bet you right now people they don't forget, but nobody talks about that with Kim.
Right. No, like, it's just like, dang, that's so crazy. Like, this was such like a big deal. And like,
it was
she's
such
like,
a big deal. Like, she thought her career was over. She thought everything was over.
And actually her career had just begun.
Yeah.
Like, that was the beginning.
Sure it got better.
Yeah.
And then that makes you wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a publicity stunt?
Right.
Because negative publicity is still publicity.
Exactly. And that's been known from the beginning of time.
Right.
It's how people like, you know, I mean, think of like Bad Baby, Danielle Bergoli, the girl, like the one that's a rapper, and she was on
always
Dr.
mess
Phil.
them all up.
She was on
Is
Dr.
this the
Phil.
Catch Me Outside?
Catch Me Outside
Okay.
girl.
Okay.
But she got famous
literally is famous because of that nonsense.
Because of that, yeah. And like what she went through was actually really crazy. Like that Dr. Phil camp is actually crazy. Like I can't believe they were actually sending kids there. Like,
right.
But I digress on that. But it's just like all of her publicity in the beginning was negative.
Yeah, very negative.
Right. And so also think of like Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah,
that was
very negative.
Very negative. Toddlers and Tiaras, horrendous show. Yeah, I did participate.
Her mom, horrendous.
And now, like,
and
her
even her mom was like a monster.
She questionably still is.
She questionably still is.
But now she has her own TV show.
Yeah.
I'm
so
like,
it's still it's still like, got her own TV show.
Every time you're trying to cancel people, like I used to watch this like David Dobrik and like the Vlog Squad like all the time. That was like a big like you probably have heard of it. Okay. It was one of the first big like groups of people that went famous on YouTube.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like as a group.
Okay.
And so like, but he did like horrendous stuff. Like he was involved in some like underage scandals and like all of this kind of stuff. Like, and I'm like, dude,
like who isn't?
Yeah. And I'm like, stop. Like,
which I think, I don't know, drop your comments. We've gotten a couple comments lately, so thank you for that. But should we do an episode all about what the fuck is wrong? Oh, and I'm trying not to curse anymore. I've done, but I have a problem with it straight up. Yeah. But I'm trying to be a better Christian woman. So, but what is wrong? What is wrong with this generation? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's something wrong.
Well, I think I genuinely believe that it's social media, but whenever whenever I start saying stuff like that,
an episode.
Yeah. People are like, you're a quack. I'm like, well,
no. There's something wrong. There's something very wrong.
Absolutely something wrong.
And I'm sorry, with men and women, this is not a gender issue, because I think that men and women are equally effed up in this day and age.
Yeah. No, it's across the board.
Like their 20s to literally their 50s. There's a huge, so I don't even know if I mean generate. There's a huge chunk that something went really wrong. Yeah. Because I do see some teens.
Right.
Like I'm almost like, wait, is there hope?
Right.
Is there hope?
Well, yeah, because that's the thing is like something that I really admire about like the youngest generation. What is it, like Gen Z or something like that? Yeah. That they are able to recognize scams so much quicker than those of us who, you know, grew up at the same time that the internet was growing up. Yeah. Because when the internet first started, like Google and stuff, it's like you could trust what was on there. Like you could trust the information. You didn't have to double check. You didn't have to this, that, whatever. You could tell if a website was credible immediately. Right. Like you didn't have to like, you know, be like, blah, 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 blah. Is this website a scam? Like you didn't have to worry about that all the time. But they grew up in a world where that was already happening. So they had to be aware of it immediately. And so I feel like they are just a little bit better at, you know, not just sticking to like the status quo, not just doing something because they're told to do it, like actually like having empathy for people and understanding like, hey, wait, why?
And I'm seeing some of the young, and I mean young teens that seem almost like 90s-ish. Yeah. Like they're starting to act like that again, where there are these teens, I still think like 16, 17 are in that hole that we're in, because they're also, I'm like, dude, we were not doing that when we were that age. Like, no, they're doing crazy
unrestricted
stuff.
access to the internet is a huge thing. Like,
yeah. That's awful. I don't even think adults should have unrestricted access to the internet.
I don't think
awful.
Not that I don't think the internet should exist, because I think that it's a valuable resource, and it's like a great place for connectivity, and especially people that you don't get to see.
I think the internet should exist. I don't think certain things on the internet should exist.
Exactly.
And there should be guidelines.
There absolutely should be guidelines.
Yeah.
Like if you can, here's the thing. If you can go through and make sure that there is not a single scrub or evidence or anything of that Kim Kardashian video on the internet anymore,
right?
Why can't you do that with child porn?
Yeah. Well, I think that there probably is something that you can find.
Right.
There probably is. Like, that's the thing. What do they say when it's on the internet?
It's forever. Right. Is it though? Or are
probably
these
depends
people
on who
just
you
like
are.
allowing?
Probably depends on who you are.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what I mean. So going back to like, what's wrong? So I was listening to this podcast. You know, obviously, you guys listen to podcasts.
On this one,
yeah, just this.
I
mean, we can because we're already in it.
Like, we're already in. So we keep it flowy.
Yeah. Look, we just changed our plan.
So
right
we're just
now.
gonna ask what's wrong with
adapt
all of us.
and achieve.
All of us, like something's wrong.
No, genuinely. So I was listening to this podcast, and it was this woman, and she was talking about how, like, specifically, she just wrote a book on how, like, exposure to lead correlated with, like, almost directly correlated with rises of crime in the area. But it's like, why are all these people getting exposed to lead? Yeah, but the thing is, people have known from the beginning of time that lead is toxic.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a mystery. And the reason that it's actually really frustrating. Like, the reason that they continued on with this was because it was cheaper.
Oh, duh.
It was cheaper. And so, like,
everything's about money.
There's like, what did she call it? Pluming. Oh my God. Like, so whenever you're like doing the thing to get the minerals out of the rocks and stuff, like, you're creating plumes of dust.
Yeah.
And those plumes of dust are like getting into the waterways. They're getting into it.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's in, they were finding lead in Fisher Price toys.
Right.
Back then in
everywhere.
the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
What do kids do? They put it in their mouth.
Right. Exactly.
They were finding lead in, so if you're in a house that has like the paint, it's really common in the windowsills. And that's where it commonly also starts to peel or crack. So that's dust that gets out there. If they joke with that old joke. Did you see paint chips when you were a kid?
Right. But it's like
you probably did, and that's why you have problems.
Right.
But I also find that in this generation, is generation the right term? Because I want to cover.
The lead thing was specifically boomers. Specifically boomers, because after they started changing the regulations and the lead wasn't as prevalent in things, surprise, surprise, crime rates in the area started going down again.
Wow.
So that was just like the boomer specific one.
So I have a mixed opinion on that. And I'll say this. I feel that the age group, again, from like 20 to like 50 almost. So it's a big age group.
Right.
But I feel like there is this sense of excusing behavior. So I find that a lot of people, because I remember my grandpa used to always say, like, God, all you kids have anxiety. All you kids have trauma.
Right.
All you kids have this and that. He's like, we just like existed.
Right.
So, which they probably did, and it went not talked about. I get that. But I think that in this day and age, everybody says they do something.
Right.
And then they go, well, it's because I messed up.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, are you sure that you didn't excuse what you were doing because you knew that you could just say, because I messed up.
Right.
So then there's more people doing these things because they're like, well, I have ADHD, I have anxiety, I have autism. I mean, there's all these people coming out as adults that have functioning autism that they're like, well, that's why I did this AYZ, which it could be, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But as part of you not addressing it to begin with, because you had that safety net of being like, well, something's probably wrong with me.
Right.
So
yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of like,
I agree. No, I agree, because it's like, so because I have gone through a lot of trauma, I have done a lot of self work, like so much. Like I've, talked to counselors, this and that, but like therapy, like going to therapy on a regular basis, like I'm sure it would benefit me, but like also like, I don't know how it could possibly benefit me more than like what I'm already doing.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm doing the work still. Like,
but if you can't encountered something where you started doing really destructive behavior, I think
then I would absolutely like, I need to talk to
there.
somebody. Yeah. Like I need to talk to somebody.
Like you recognize that.
Yeah. But I also feel like I am one of the people that like, I understand the resources that I have.
Yeah.
And so I also don't just keep yes men in my life. And I think that's really important because like my friends are like, even though it's shaky, they're like, hey, we have to have a hard conversation.
You surround yourself with people that will hold you accountable. That will hold me accountable. The best friends and family in your life are people that will tell you you're effing up.
Yeah. Like, and and they do it in very loving ways. Like, it's not like,
Doesn't
you're a loser. Like, no. Like, for example, like I'll bring up like, again, like I've just been in situations where I'm like, you know, rambling off and I'm like, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, I'm feeling this way, blah, blah, blah. And my friend's like, hey girl,
right,
are you okay? And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, no,
they'll tell us what's up.
Are you okay? And I'm like, oh, damn it.
Or they'll be like, maybe you shouldn't do that, and here's why.
Right.
You're your own person. You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
Right.
But I feel this way because I don't think it's best for you.
Exactly.
And they're not gonna judge you if you do the thing.
Exactly.
But they're like, I'm also going to hold you accountable. I'm sure there's some things that could be bad enough to where somebody can say, you know what, I can't associate with you because I can't be around that.
Exactly. And that's
it's
totally
probably going to take
a lot.
Something major. Yeah. Like I know if somebody was using drugs, I'm sure we would all try to help them. But if there's a point where we're like, we can't be around this anymore.
Yeah.
We're still here for you, but we're going to have to pull back.
Yeah. 100%. I think that's like something that's really important, but it does take like, you have to do the work and you have to like try to work on it. Like I know that I am very manipulative. I have been since I was little. Same. I was raised that way. Like my mother. It's called
survival. I think that it comes from a place of survival, even though it's sin.
Yeah. But you had to live. I had to live in a situation where I was not in control of if I was going to get food. I was not in control of if I was going to bathe. And so like in these ways, it's like, okay, well, I have to act this way in order to get this thing or else my needs are not getting met.
Yeah.
And so like as a child, I learned very early that if I don't act this way, my needs will not get met. And so like it led to so much of my life manipulating people into feeling bad for my sob story or, you know, just like, you're not reacting the way that I want you to. Okay, well then, you know, but my mom does crack. Like,
right,
you know, like
100%.
Like, and it took a lot. And that's why like when I talk about it now, like I always try as lighthearted as you can be about it because I don't like.
You're not looking for that validation.
I don't need the validation. I don't need the victim. Like, unfortunately, my mom is a villain in my story just because that's how my story is told. Yeah. And like, it's a reality. It's unfortunate, but it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
But like, it's just one of those things that like you actually have to do the work. So all of that to say, your mental illnesses and your PTSD and your traumas and all that stuff, that could be a reason why you did something. Yeah. But it's absolutely not an excuse for your behavior.
Not an excuse or to continue a behavior. If you have PTSD or you have trauma or you have even a legitimate mental illness and you're doing destructive behavior to yourself and others, it is your responsibility and only your responsibility to address that, get help, not do it anymore. And that may take hitting rock bottom. Yeah. And hopefully you have support. But if you don't, you still have to make that choice. We talked about this in the last episode. You always have a choice.
You do.
You have free will. So nothing, no demon, no devil, no God is making anything happen. Right. All of those entities give you free will.
Right.
And
it's the thing, like like just think about like any scary movie ever, anything like that. A vampire can't come in your home unless you say. A demon can't possess you unless you say. You know, a zombie can't.
Or you welcome it in some way.
Unless you welcome it in some way.
You welcome it in some way.
Like, you have to say, and it's not in it. And some people are like, well, I never sat here and said, oh, yeah, it's okay that I blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no. That's not what I mean. What I mean is
behavior, your sin, your actions could have let it in.
The second you don't close that door is even if you're like, no, like but the chain was still on. Yeah,
I agree.
But
it brings me back to like watching The Devil's Advocate it's interesting because I hadn't watched it for so long. And I know we talked a lot about it. So I'm just going to touch on it because it was relevant. But it's interesting that I just recently watched that because it has a lot of things in it that make sense. And kind of like how he got blinded by the money and the apartment that they get, because he gave him all of this to be one of the attorneys, right? He was going to have it all. And his wife was not well. His wife was new. Her discernment, as most women have. Right. And I just read a study on that. Most women have a discernment that it's not even a man better than woman thing, that men just chemically do not have in their brain. So with that being said, she kept telling him, I'm not okay. I'm depressed. Something feels off. I don't want to be here. And he's like, no. Everything's fine. You're just adjusting. You're just getting used to it. You're just doing this. You're just doing that. But she was like, I don't even care about the money. Like I don't want to be here. And ultimately, you know, what happens is she ends up in literally the loony bin. Yeah. And slits her throat. Slits her own throat right in front of her husband. Right. And he was tempted by the money, there was a demon broad that was right there with Al Pacino, his right-hand man. He was tempted by the lust. He would envision her when he was having sex with her. I don't even think he was envisioning her. I think she was coming into like his literally wife's body. There. Yeah. Like he would see her. Yeah. I think that all of those demonic things he let in and led to his wife slitting her throat, which is a crazy thought.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people, to detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
Hey guys, we're excited to announce that we're partnering up with Tasty Gains. They have pre-workout and creatine gummies, which makes it super convenient to get it in a tasty, easy dose. So they are going to be coming out with a woman's line. So stay tuned for that and check them out at tastygains.com. Yeah. And again, we always turn this way. And, you know, if we lose followers or people that view us because we're led to speak of something, please.
Yeah, something about me, like
please go.
It's so silly to me, like anybody that knows me, like I'm very open about my story and like I'm very vocal about. I was like, no, I grew up going to church, guys. Like this is not like
nobody's gonna be ashamed of it.
I'm not in like a religious psychosis. I'm not. I'm very like. I'm good. Like, I still, like, don't worry. I still sin sometimes, guys. Like, it's okay.
Right.
Like,
but that's the point. We all do, for sure. 100%.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just consciously trying to do things differently. But it's interesting because, again, talking about what's wrong with this group of age group is in that movie, he was, as a man, supposed to lead. Right. And then he didn't. And it ended up destroying his wife. It destroyed him. Right. I believe she was barren because of it. Yeah. Because she couldn't have children. Right. And then she woke up one day and said somebody came in the house and took her ovaries out, which I believe probably did happen in some kind of demonic way. Right. But so I think that in this age group, there's a lack of father and mother. Because the mother's focusing on leading and not mothering and nurturing. In the Bible, it literally says woman was created as a helper to man. And by that doesn't mean servant. It literally says it. If anybody wants to read the Bible, please do, because
it's like partner. Like it's there translated are roles. To exactly. Like it's translated to not like helper, like you think like this
the
is
actual
this
translation
is
is helper, but then it explains.
Yeah, it's not like my assistant. No. This is my partner.
Yes, it is supposed
it's
to
like
be
when you're at a law firm and you have 2 people that are the head of the law firm, you are partners. That's
different.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's just one of you speaks for the law firm, and the other one, that's the only difference.
But the woman's role is to nurture, to lead her children, to lead her house in certain ways, and the man's role is to lead spiritually, lead by God, lead by providing. There's multiple things he's
spiritually and morality, like all of that.
You're supposed to, the husband's supposed to lead under God, and the wife is supposed to, follow under God, and the wife is supposed to follow her husband under God, and ultimately he's the leader of that. Right. So when all of that falls apart, I notice that families fall apart. Yeah. So, and of course there's going to be and that's fine, the atheists or the whatever out there that are going to say, no, my family's fine. And that's wonderful. That's great.
But as human beings, this is something that I've observed. Like, even if, let's not even say husband, let's say partner, whatever. Yeah. Like your spouse. Yeah. Like, life works better when one of you guys is leading and one of you guys is directing.
And by that, I mean properly leading.
Literally, it's like somebody has to be in charge. Yeah. No company, no team sport, no anything. You have a team captain for a reason. Yeah. And it's because you trust that person to lead your team. Now, is your team captain going to be the best scorer? No. Is your team captain going to be the best defender? No. Like, maybe. Possibly, but the point is they lead the team. They're good at leading.
Now, if that person starts to waver from that leadership,
then it's like
deceit, as in they're gonna go give the plays to another team. Right. They start getting cocky with themselves. Right. They start getting an ego. Mm-hmm. Ego is the number one killer of men. Yeah. They start doing things that they shouldn't be doing. That whole team is going to fall apart. Exactly. Not just that leader. Exactly. And that's what people don't get with relationships, parents and kids, husbands and wives. It will fall apart. It's not an opinion of mine.
No, it's not an opinion.
And I can stand by that. It is factual.
I was like, look at anything. Look at the follow. Look, literally, Julius Caesar. Like, his best friend, like, because he got too big for his fucking britches. He was going around doing whatever he wanted to do, thinking that the law didn't apply to him, all of this stuff. And it pissed a bunch of people off, because that doesn't mean, just because people like you doesn't mean you're a good leader. Yeah. Just because people are like, oh, that's, that guy's so cool, that does not mean you're a good leader. Yeah. Because when you're looking around, like, your closest people to you are now seeking to betray you because they don't trust you anymore. Thank you. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like,
why did I read all this in the Bible last night? No. And, okay, have you ever done the thing where you go like this?
Yeah, and then read I do on my phone a lot. I'll go scripture to the thing and I'm like.
So I did that like 5 times last night, and I know God can't make you do things, and you have free will, but it was divine, because the things that I was turning to are not coincidence. Right. So last night, thank you, because you're also in tune with it. Yeah. I landed on I lost my train of thought. Of course, you were saying
Right. I was saying that, like, your people will betray you if you're not a good leader. Yeah.
That when you start, it was Psalm, I'm almost getting good at.
I'm so proud of you.
David.
Okay.
Maybe 18:2.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to cry. I might have made that up, but it feels right. Right. It was something along those lines about my body's failing me. Right. My health is failing me. Yeah. My sin is affecting me in other ways where people are seeking to destroy me. Right. People are betraying me. People are on smear campaigns about me. Yeah. People are not loyal to me. Right. Please, Lord, help me release this sin so that I may have peace just for a moment. Even though they know their sin was wrong, but they felt like their sin was directly causing them harm in their life, which it does state because I have a study Bible, so it does explain, like, God doesn't technically punish for sin, but if you're not repenting, you will have negative things in your life.
It's just consequences of your own actions. And I think that is what I think a lot of people forget, that part of the Bible specifically. Like you have free will. God does not. Okay.
He's not making the bad things happen to you.
This is gonna be like so controversial, because, like, okay, God doesn't specifically grab you and hand you a blessing. Mm-hmm. God does not specifically grab you and hand you a punishment. That is not what happens. Mm-hmm. Your actions bring your blessings
and your punishments.
Your actions bring your punishments. So it's like like God didn't specifically just hand your family $50,000.
Right.
You worked hard. You had discernment. You stayed on task. You did everything that you were supposed to do. You were disciplined. You followed through, and now you're rewarded because you took all those steps to get there.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot get to your reward if you don't take all the steps to get there.
Yeah.
Because the point is not the reward. The point is the journey, the growth, and then once you get there, it's like, yeah, I'm so blessed. Like, I'm so grateful, but it is because of your actions. And a lot of people don't think about that. And then they'll do the whole question of like, well, if God is real, then why did bad things happen? Because bad people exist.
And sometimes there's lessons in those. Like, I just watched a sermon this morning. That's how deep I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm watching sermons every morning.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I'm at. And you know what? Y'all can think what you want. I'm never gonna be ashamed of it. I'm never gonna not talk about it. That's where I am in my life right now. And I was watching one this morning, and he was talking about a baby dying.
Yeah.
You know, trigger warning to everybody out there, because it is a really tough subject. But and he said that he was like, anybody who doesn't want to hear this or needs to hear this, you know, please feel free to not listen to this. But it does happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's miscarriages, there's babies that get cancer. And he says, obviously people want to be like, why would God do that?
Right.
And in the Bible, whose baby was it that died because he got her pregnant? He got, see, I'm still learning names, but he got her pregnant. It was his friend's wife. Okay. And she was bathing on the roof.
Oh, Samson and Delilah?
No,
that's Samson and Delilah, the bathing on the roof one. I'm pretty sure.
I don't recall him saying Samson and Delilah. Who was her husband?
Delilah's husband?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so it was his friend's wife. And he was like, she's beautiful. Must have her. Gotta have her.
Yeah. And no, I do think the story is
Samson.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because he saw her bathing on the roof.
Right. So, but I just don't remember those names.
It's the song, the beauty and the moonlight overthrew. Yeah.
That's so he got her pregnant. Obviously, we know that. But it's not his wife. So what did he do? It was Isaac. Isaac's wife.
Isaac's wife?
He said that he was out fighting.
Oh, okay, this is two different stories, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
he was out fighting.
Yeah.
And he said, I need you to come home. Your wife needs you.
Yeah.
Because he's like, if I can get him to sleep with her.
Yes.
I will be like, nothing happened.
Exactly.
But God watches.
Yeah.
So he was like, I can't. I'm at war. You can't go do that. I can't go
have pleasure. Can't go have sex.
But and he said, I cannot be in pleasure. I am fighting.
Right.
So he was like panicked.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, well, what do I do? I'm gonna have to kill everybody. Like I have to kill people or like figure this out. So I believe he killed him. I can't remember the full. It's a lot when you're listening to this stuff and you're trying to follow it and you're learning and you're new to it.
Right.
But long story short, his sin. Again, it wasn't meant to be a punishment, but what happened? The baby's sick. The baby gets sick.
Yeah.
And he's like begging God, please, you know, make this baby well, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He's praying a lot, repenting. The baby dies.
Right.
So then he starts worshiping and he's like, why wouldn't you do the opposite? Why wouldn't you worship first and then beg for like the pain to go away? So then he asked to die. Yeah. Because he said, then I will go be with the baby, because it's believed that babies go to heaven because they don't have choice. Like,
well, yeah.
They don't, you
know.
I
said that before. Like, I used to think that, like, you go to heaven until you're 13, like, automatically.
Right. Like, if you can't make decisions.
Well, it's because, like, until you can discern right from wrong, like, there's no way for you to.
And I don't believe that it has to do with what your parents' beliefs are, because you can't. That's not free will. You didn't choose that.
Yeah, but that's also not you.
Right.
Like,
so
like,
he
I'm
wanted
not my
to
mom.
die
Like,
and was like, I'm going to go be with my baby.
Yeah.
And they were like, but are you going to heaven? Like,
yeah.
So you have work to do.
Right.
But it's like, you want to do what you want to do.
Right.
You saw her, you wanted her, you were with her, you got her pregnant, and now you want to die to go be with the baby. Like, you don't get to do that. You don't get to, and then, you know, we can even bring in suicide into that.
Right.
You don't get to do XYZ and then be like, I'm just not going to deal with it.
Right.
So I'm going to go now.
Right.
And it's like, no, that's not how it works. And I think this generation also believes that they can just escape it, run away from it, excuse it, make excuses.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the most part, you can.
Right.
Like, that's
you
the
100%
thing.
can.
Like a lot of like men and women out here are, you know, having babies and not taking care of them. Like, that's just
or
simply,
their marriage is like not a thing.
No, it's not, because people don't get married because marriage is not just about love. Like, I think that's the stupidest shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when people are like, oh, well, I just got married just because I love him so much. And I mean, it's just, yeah, our political views are different. And I mean, yeah, we have different beliefs. And I mean, I mean, you know, like, he's not my first choice.
It's not taken seriously.
And yeah, like, I like him more than he likes me. And I'm like, well, no, he's a terrible leader.
Sorry,
but
ASMR.
No, you're good. Like, the ice.
How many people nowadays, what do they say? Marriage is just a piece of paper.
Right.
I've heard it 100 times. I've heard people say they don't get married because it's just a piece of paper. I've heard people say, we're married, but it's just a piece of paper.
Right.
And it's like, not to everybody and not under God by any means.
No.
I read the covenant of marriage and it's like,
yeah, it's serious.
You are
business.
one flesh and you are not to betray each other.
Because
both
that's
ways.
the decision that you make. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like
how can, if that's the problem, if you're just going to take it as a piece of paper, then yeah, don't do it.
Right.
Why?
Yeah, because I personally, that's the one part of marriage that I'm like, oh, we don't have to do that one. We don't have to sign that paper. As long as we join in a covenant under God.
Right.
Like,
yes,
that's the
essentially,
part.
if it's not legal and you don't
yeah,
need
exactly.
to for legal,
I don't
like
love the government.
Right. You are.
But
yes. But do
I think that's the stupidest thing. Like,
yeah,
it's
that
just
part,
a piece of paper.
because now you're involving state and government.
That is like the part that literally doesn't even matter.
And people talk about
like,
that being the part that matters.
And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. What matters is you came before your friends and family most of the time, or if you did a courthouse thing, you came before a judge, a person who is considered, you know, to be of, you know, standard morality, like higher, whatever.
And I don't even think they always are. They're not even like some of them aren't, unless you find one. They're ordained, but I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, but my brother's ordained and he's like not Christian.
Are they all ordained right?
Like, so
I think
like,
anybody can, right?
Yeah, you can get ordained. And so, but it's like, that's not the important part. The important part is that you came together as two people. Like, if you don't believe in God, that's fine. But even understanding like a covenant of marriage is two people coming together, showing that they love each other wholeheartedly. You're taking vows. Like, words are power. You're speaking out. Like,
now.
Like, it's like the words that you say. Like, what is a man if not his word? That's in the Bible. What is a man if not his word? Like, if I can't trust you, if I can't trust the things that you say, if I can't believe in the promises that you're telling me, then you're not, like, you're not. What are you? If you're not your word, then what are you? Like, then you're something else.
Yes.
You're not, like, I'll tell you, it's not.
And I call that walking with the devil is what I call that.
And
you are something else.
Yeah.
And I think that when you marry someone, and maybe that is why this generation doesn't do it as often, because I think that they are scared to take it seriously.
Right.
And they're just like, I don't need to. Because I know people that are like in their 40s that have been together for 10 years, 12 years, 20 years. And they're like, we're not married, but what does it matter? But they're not even in a covenant under God. They're just like, they're essentially boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
But they're like, there's no need to get married. I disagree with that. And that's my opinion.
No, I do think I don't want to play house. I want to be married, like in like the sense of it. Like, I'll sign the government paper, but like, like,
but that's not your meaning.
But that's not the
it.
point.
Yeah.
The ceremony of it, to me, the covenant of it is that's the most important part, because this is somebody that I am now like trusting. Like, I am trusting you to lead me not into temptation.
Yeah.
Like, that is what I'm trusting you to do, to deliver me from evil. Like, this is what you should do as a leader.
Lead
like,
me not into temptation. Exactly. And who am I right now? But I
don't know.
5 years ago, someone would be like, are you?
No,
speaking of the Bible. Like, but I think that's where something went wrong. So when we say what is wrong with this generation, I think that marriage is considered a joke, a sham, not important, not
right.
And again, it's not to say, I don't believe, and it does state in the Bible, I don't believe that when you are married, you are stuck with that person forever.
Yeah.
I do not believe that. If there is infidelity or severe abuse,
yeah, no, I don't
you
think
are
it's like
allowed, it's a sin to get a divorce. You are allowed to
first
break
of all,
that
it's not a
covenant
sin to get a divorce. Yeah.
You didn't break that covenant.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not you breaking it. You're just like,
right.
They broke it under God and I need to follow God. They're not.
Right.
So you're allowed to be like, I have to get away from this
separate
demon.
myself. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And I want to walk with God. I have
Right.
to keep walking with God.
Right.
My husband or wife is not doing that.
Right.
So I can try and work. And
Right.
if they cannot do it,
Right.
I can remove myself.
Right. Exactly.
So I think people think also that you're like, oh, well, if I get married under God, like you have to stay through everything. Nope.
No.
Maybe you need to read the Bible real quick.
No.
Because it states multiple times that is not the case.
Yeah, but even if
I mean, it does state to work through, you know.
Yeah, like even if it's not like that, like it's just like I think that people like the biggest part of it is like that it's like everybody wants like instant gratification and everybody wants like they're so entitled to
to deserve the instant gratification,
right? And I'm like, but
yes,
that's
ma'am.
the thing, like that's why it takes like that's why you have to like take time to actually get to know the person that you're choosing to spend your life with. Yeah,
a young person advice, it would be to be married one day, to have a goal of being married.
Yeah.
I would bring back I would bring back old school traditions. And I know there's some people that still do it.
Yeah.
Bring
back courting.
I don't agree with, because I don't agree with like
bring back courting.
the whole polyamorous
no.
and, plural marriage. And like those
No.
people court though. That's the funny part is they have a bunch of wives, but they,
I'm like, you kind of have to court though. Like,
I know.
Because you can't just throw
but
a woman into.
I do believe that we should like had you bring back courting, and I'm talking like you don't even have sex.
No.
You court the person,
I
you
love
get
a
to
slow
know
burn.
them.
I want to get butterflies because our
love them.
hands accidentally
Yes,
touched.
Yes.
Like-
And then you go, you know what? Yes, this is it. Let's get married.
Right.
There's no courting at all.
No, it's
There's,
like
what's up, girl?
WYD.
You're hot. Yeah.
WYLL. Do you know what that one is?
Say it again.
WYLL.
Hold on. WYLL.
LL. Yeah, that's the new one.
Where?
No.
Hold on. Okay. What
Yes.
you like?
That's one of them, but
What you live like?
look like.
Look like. Okay.
What you look like.
I was close.
WYLL. I'm like,
Like gross.
like
Yeah.
first of all, why are you talking to me if you don't know what I look like?
It's right. They don't give a shit.
Like, what?
See, I can't not curse because I'm gonna try.
Sometimes
but they
they're
don't
like-
care. They don't
Yeah.
care.
They
It's
don't
that
care.
has gone out of it. It's not. We don't live in the Notebook fantasy world times of seeing someone and your heart skips a beat and you go, I have to be with that person
Right.
or I am going to like die.
Yeah.
And then being with that person. I mean, even in the Notebook,
Yeah.
she breaks that man's heart. The other man.
Yeah.
It's like
well, both of them.
both right. She's just like destroying
Well, but he
hearts.
he deserved to get his heart. Noah deserved to get his heart broken a little bit. He was crazy.
Okay, but
then it's like, but you didn't have to see the other guy.
but it's
like,
but there was a lot happening in that
Yeah.
movie where people are focusing on the beautiful love story, but a lot happened to get
Right.
to that. But
Right.
regardless, like those feelings where you're like, I can never ever be with like that person.
Yeah.
Like people don't do that anymore. They're like, oh, it didn't
No.
work out.
Well, it's
Where's the
because,
next?
Here's the thing. Because the absolute most like pure form of loving one other person and that other person loving you is monogamy. Like there's
That's it. There's no
like
gateway,
You
there's no,
can't fully 100% pour yourself into one person and have that
Can't.
one person pour themselves into you and you feel that connection without monogamy. It just doesn't work because the reason why you are, and this is I feel like this is like I've never said this before. The reason why you are having this problem is because you don't want to deal with or accept your full self. So you have to have multiple people to pour that into because
100%.
because you don't want to pour out your full self. So you're like, well, if I pour a little bit here and I pour a little bit here, maybe I'm a little bit easier to deal with.
Right.
But maybe you should just look within.
Why again?
Yeah. That's
The Bible. I'm sorry. I'm a Bible thumper at this moment. In this moment in time, because I read stuff last night that you're talking about
Yeah.
because we have a connection.
You have to, yeah.
So,
no, literally.
like I'm serious because I literally was doing this thing. Like it was
Yeah.
random. And you know, the whole, if you cannot look at yourself, you cannot look at others. Meaning
Yeah.
if you cannot love yourself, you also cannot love others.
Right.
You cannot be there for others. You can't do anything for others if you don't love yourself. And people will be in denial of that till the day they die. I love myself. I'm happy. I'm this, I'm that. And it's like, well, you're doing XYZ behind the scenes, or you're doing XYZ
this is how I can tell you
to like self-destruct.
Yeah.
So you're not.
Right.
It doesn't matter how successful you are.
Right.
That literally means nothing.
Right.
We always talk about CEOs and all these things. Look at this. Look at what just happened.
No,
they can have all the money, the family, everything's perfect,
matter.
wonderful.
Still get capped.
Still do something self-destructive. Still do something unsavory.
100%.
So I can guarantee none of those people are under God fully.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, I think that so many people have confused like walking with God as like going to church.
Right.
And that is not the case at all.
Or just saying I walk with God.
Or just saying it. Like, and I'm like, yeah. But the thing is, like, do you know how,
it makes me laugh.
It's
like,
hard to.
There's so much more that
maybe
I'm
hard
learning.
isn't the word. Maybe hard isn't the word. It takes courage for us to sit here and publicly talk about the fact that we believe in God in a nation right now.
We
that
should
is
not
currently
be concerned to speak of that.
No,
either.
Exactly. Well, nobody should be concerned to speak.
Right. Period. But I know people are going to be like, oh God. Like,
right.
And it's like, no.
But exactly because we know that people are going to go, oh God. And because
he has a great testimony.
Who?
One of Tyler's friends. He's got a really good.
Yeah.
I just thought about that, but anyways.
Yeah, like I love a good testimony. Like I mean, we both know good testimonies.
I had a demon come out of me last week, so I'm not even sorry. I'm 100% sure of it too.
Actually, she's telling the truth.
Actually, I really did though.
No, that's why I'm laughing is because like
it's real and it really did happen.
It's like, and that's the other part. It's like,
and I also rebuke it in the name of Jesus,
getting into the spiritual warfare of it all. Yeah.
Oh no, it happened. It happened. There was physical.
It's real.
It was not. It was so real, and I feel stronger. I feel different. I don't know that it was a demon, but it was something. There was some attachment.
Yeah.
And
you just let go of something.
I don't feel like it was there for a long time.
No.
It didn't feel like one of those like, oh man, I've been carrying this forever. It was new.
Right.
And I felt it new in like the last like several months. I thought I heard something. And
you did. I heard it too.
I rebuke. But that
unless it's Logan.
Unless it's Logan. No.
I'm like, oh, he got us good that one time when he was
so
in
good.
Here.
And I even said, I was like, I rebuke in the name of Jesus. And
no,
he jumped out and I was like,
it's happening. You're like, I knew it. No.
The blood of Jesus was protecting us.
LOL.
But I hope you don't mind. Because I had to talk to Reagan about something. I forget what it was, but it was something with like the companies. But I told him your story about the dream.
Which one? Oh, that's fine.
Okay, because he had that too.
Yeah,
he had that too.
I'm very
with the demons, and then he was like, no. And then he said he woke up with peace instead of. He's like, I should have been scared because it was scary.
Yeah.
But then you like wake up and like after this exorcism that happened to me outside, and I'm not mocking it. Like I'm like actually very serious.
Yeah.
I immediately like all things that I was feeling stopped, and I immediately felt different. It didn't mean I felt happy and butterflies. I felt like a clarity.
Yeah.
Is the best way I could describe it. A little bit like physically lighter. But I didn't feel like, oh, all of a sudden I'm like kumbaya.
No.
But I felt something.
Well, because it's not okay, so what I think is happening is I think that like you like let go of something. That is absolutely true. But like in that letting go, it like reaffirmed your faith.
I felt so close.
Right.
To God.
So not only did you let go of whatever you were holding on to, it like stabilized you. So I feel like you're in a point in time of your life right now where you need to be like, I had the funniest like vision in my head just now. You know how like when you're doing a squat or like something like that, and you need to be like in like that athletic position, or like let's say you're doing or arm exercises, like, and everybody's just a straight leg arm exercises. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
like stability, like
you're planted.
Like that's literally the vision that I just had. Is like
you planted yourself there,
planted
and
like solid, like you're very
foundation,
like supported. Like
because I had started wavering. I stopped reading the Bible. Bible, I started, I mean, I would say I had depression.
Yeah.
I was depressed. No reason. There was like nothing bad going on. I would say I stopped reading the Bible as much. There was, I have Bible chat app and it helps me. Maybe it's a gimmick, but it helps me. And I really like it. It doesn't sell you anything. It's really good. And I was every morning would kind of start my morning with that, read my Bible for a little bit. I didn't make it my whole day, but I made time for it.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you like you've been on a 7-day streak and like it makes you feel good.
Well, I use the Bible app too. So.
And again, it's not for self gratification, but I was like, this is bringing me closer.
Right.
And I was honest because there's like a little line you could push like how close are you to God today? And I was like, I don't feel close. And I would be honest because there's something that people do is they lie to themselves.
Right.
And people don't realize if you are with God, when you lie to yourself, he's not like tricked. He knows you're like, lying. He literally knows your thoughts. Right. So if you're sitting there going like, no. And even if you believe something, but deep down inside, but you're like, I am like going to make myself believe this.
Right.
He knows.
Right.
You're not tricking him.
But that's the thing.
Like you can speak it. You can even try to do like a mind thing, and you're like, I'm going to make my mind believe this. Like when people beat lie detector tests. Yeah. You're still lying. He still knows.
It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same reason you stay in a relationship so long. You're lying to yourself. That's why.
100.
That's the same thing.
You're lying to yourself.
You're lying to yourself. And I get it. It is a great defense mechanism. If you don't have the capacity to cope with things that you were dealing with, then it is way easier to lie to yourself. It is way easier to lie to yourself. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, like, for me, like, I feel like my relationship with God has been like, not like wavering or faltering or anything like that, but like, I feel like I've been on kind of like, my relationship with God hasn't changed as much as my relationship with how I view the world. Mm-hmm. So like I used to be like a lot angrier and a lot like, oh, let me get my lick back. Like, oh, let me do that. I'm a former crash out.
Which, as we know, is very sinful.
Yeah. Don't be a crash out. Yeah. Don't do it. It's never worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Same.
Like,
I still seek vengeance.
Like, oh, you're not going to stand up for yourself. It has nothing to do with standing up for yourself.
Seeking vengeance
standing
in
up for yourself
ways
is walking away.
Or demanding that you deserve respect.
Right.
But when it's your revenge.
Yeah. Revenge is
it
doesn't work.
Vengeance, I don't think is the same thing as revenge. So let's just address that, because I do think they're two different things.
Oh yeah. Vengeance is like,
I feel like vengeance is seeking justice, and revenge is literally just wanting that person to suffer.
Right.
I really believe that.
Yeah.
Like you're seeking vengeance, like when a family wants justice for their family, that word can be used. It's not quite revenge, because you're not getting revenge on them. You're getting vengeance. Where revenge is like specifically like, I want you to go down because you did something to me, and I'm going to take you down. I
don't do either of those things.
No, they're not. Yeah. No, neither are good. Let's just say.
I don't do either of those, but like recently, I don't do either of those anymore.
Oh yeah, you're like, as of 2 days ago.
As of right now, as I'm saying this, I'll never do that again. No, I'm just kidding. As of 7:20 p.m. No, like
100%.
I will never do it again. No, but like literally like within the past like couple years is what I mean, because I had a situation happen to me where I was betrayed by someone that I literally loved with my entire heart. Like this was a person that like I had been a close part of my life for over a decade.
I think
okay. And that person betrayed me in a way that blindsided me, but it's not like, oh well, I mean nothing happened. No. Because this person knew my heart, because this person knew me so intimately, because I was so blindsided by it. It like I was like, it literally was like,
it's almost like the betrayal is
it's
deeper.
Like, no, it's the E2 Brutus betrayal. It's not deeper. It's not like the, oh well, I never thought you liked me anyway. No, like it's not like the other like somebody's
partner. Like you'd be like,
well, duh. Like of course,
is like when you're trusting somebody.
I'm like, wait, you
takes the wind out of your sails.
No, literally, and that's how it felt. But when that happened to me, I had a very like come to Jesus meeting, and I literally I prayed about it, and I cried about it, and I cried about it some more, and I prayed about it some more, and I decided, do you know what? I could do ABC. I could do this. I absolutely could, but instead, I'm going to. You know what? I understand why you did what you did. Okay.
Did you forgive?
Oh yeah, I do, but not like, but the relationship is not the same at all.
Oh, you can, like, and I read that in the Bible too. You can forgive and things not be the same.
Right. It's
forgiveness doesn't completely wipe clean.
But I'm a forgiver. Like
I'm not. I want to be, and I admit that that's something.
To forgive.
Yeah,
like for me, I'm such a forgiver.
But that's also a survival mechanism, because if you didn't, you would probably be holding on to so much stuff that you wouldn't be able to function in life.
I literally wouldn't be able to function if I didn't forgive.
There are people I'm still like, in order to be a proper godly Christian woman,
right?
There are some people I need to forgive.
Yeah.
But
it's because you like,
100%.
Yeah, it like,
I need to forgive
it won't
them.
do anything at all to or for them.
Right. And the thing is, forgiving them in my heart is actually what God wants, because it's supposed to be in his hands, not mine. So I should, like, me not forgiving is taking it out of his hands.
Right.
And he's like, you're not giving it to me.
Right.
It's my job to decide that. So you're taking on like a godly
driving.
kind of like
you're still telling God where to turn left.
Yeah.
He's like, I made the road.
So part of me is like, that to me, forgiveness. And there's another one that are really, really hard for me. I mean, the cursing is one, but forgiveness is probably number one for me.
Yeah. It's one of the, it is probably the hardest one. Yeah.
But when I think of it like that, because in my eyes, I'm like, well, I forgive, but I don't. And I immediately want to go, but I'm not.
Right.
Because it's not fair.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't. And if somebody did something, you shouldn't forgive them. But I'm like, but you have to, because God will have his way. Like, if they don't repent, I'm telling you, they will get what they deserve.
100%. Like, so my bonus mom, Trish. Hey, Trish, if you're listening. She one time told me, about forgiveness, because I used to, like, this is a little sad. Trigger warning, this is a little sad. I'm going to talk about me being a kid crying about my mom. Okay. So I remember I was like 15, 14 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't 16 yet. And we had gone to this church thing, and I'm, I'm involved in like a lot of stuff. So like, while I am there, I'm not necessarily like experiencing the sermon, because I'm like doing ABC, like I'm doing this. I'm making sure things in the background are going on, because like that was also my responsibility, because I was in training to be a children's minister at the time. And so, but then after, like, I caught the worship and I caught like the tail end of everything, and like it really moved me in a way. And then afterwards you were like praying for everybody, and then one of the women comes to me and like she starts praying for me, and I literally start sobbing so hard. And the only thing that I could say is I was like, please God, I don't want to be like my mom. Oh. And so like I knew that was gonna be really sad. So like I was like, trigger warning, guys. Thanks. Like this is about to be really sad. Thanks for that. And so like it's just one of those things that like I realized like so early. I know. I'm sorry. I realized so early that it was like just one of those things where it's like, okay, like I want to be better. I need to be better. And not like better in terms of like I'm better than her or something like that. But like better as in like I'm sick and I need to get well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And forgiveness was the hardest one I've ever had to do. But my bonus mom was talking to me about it, because I've struggled with this. This is my core struggle. Like
I'm struggling as we speak. I'm thinking about things from like, I'm thinking about my father right now. And I'm like, I have a list of things I need to forgive, because I think it does hold you back in life.
Well, sometimes you have to forgive every day. And that was what she said.
Every minute.
She said, she said, forgiveness is not linear. It's not linear. She's like, sorry, I'm hiccuping. Every single day that you wake up, when you feel yourself hating them, you have to go,
that's not mine to carry.
I forgive them. It is not my responsibility. I already put it in the hands of God. I need to trust that. And you need for me, I had to say it out loud a lot. Like I had to say it out loud so much.
You have to say it out loud.
And so now I'm in a spot in a relationship with my mom where, do we talk often? No, absolutely not. Do I think she's going to get better before she dies? No. I don't think she's going to get better. I don't think that she has humanity left in her anymore. Like, I don't think, like, it's just that, like, and a lot of it is like also circumstance, because my mom literally doesn't have anybody. Like, she doesn't have like a support system. Like, her family's all like given up on her. Like, she has one aunt that still tries. Like, it's really sad. But also that I can't do anything about it, like, as I am the child. Right. Like, and even if I could, like, what could I do? So what I do, she'll message me and she'll say, I love you. And I'll just say, I love you too. Because it's not like, I'm not going to be like, if you really loved me, then you would, like, I'm not going to do that, because I've done that over and over and over and over. And it wasn't until like literally probably like the past 6 months of my life, as I'm getting closer to 30, that I was like, do you know what? I actually like I'm saying, like, this is my biggest burden. Yeah. Is that, like, I forgive her, and it is my honor to love her. Okay. Even though she has done all these things, that is still where I come from. That is still like my journey to earth is through her. Right. And so while she is arguably not a great person at all, I still feel honored that she gave me life.
Exactly. I was just going to say she gave you life, which is why with husband and wife, you know, you can go back to Adam and Eve, where technically Adam did give Eve life, but you know, that's where there's that difference in parents and children with the unconditional love, where God has said in marriage, there is conditions. There's 100% conditions. It's not unconditional. Are you supposed to honor, respect, love, stand by, go through sickness and in health, go through hard times? Yes, but it's not unconditional.
No, it's not. And then also, here's the other thing about that. I love to bring this up every single time the Adam and Eve story gets brought up, because I feel like people like to skim over this, or people like to not include this in the story. God never told Eve not to eat that fruit.
Correct. He told him, Adam, and Adam did not lead. Adam did not. What do we always say in our podcast? It comes full circle.
No, it literally comes full circle.
Adam did not lead. She was deceived, and she said, I was deceived. I did it. And he's like, well, you did it anyway, so I'm going to do it too. Right. And God was like, I didn't tell her not to. I told you not to, and you should have led and told her not to. And then you did it anyways.
Exactly.
He's like, so everyone's screwed because of you now.
Right. Thank you. It all goes back to that. And people don't like to acknowledge that. And they're like, well, no, Eve deceived him. Because I'm like, no. Eve was never given that command.
She was never.
She was never given that command. I know. And it's like,
that is why men have to lead.
Exactly. And that's why men are just as responsible for the fall of man as women.
If not more.
Exactly.
If not more. She was deceived because he wasn't leading. Yeah. He wasn't there to say, like, hey, they didn't even do not do this.
They barely knew animals. Yeah.
Right. Like, but do not do this. I am in charge of this. Right. I am telling you under God, do not do this. Right. And she didn't know not to. Well, she knew but didn't know. And she was deceived. Yeah. But he knew. Was like, hey, don't eat out of that tree. It was very clear not to do it. Yeah. He knew.
Exactly. He's like, don't eat out of that tree. But he didn't tell her why.
Right. I know.
Like, he didn't tell her why.
It's a very important part of the story.
Exactly. Like,
it's like the he most important part of the story.
And also that whenever she did, because they didn't know animals. Okay. First of all, if I'm out in the woods. They didn't even know
skin. Like, everything is being formed. Everything is.
If I'm out in the woods and a snake starts talking to me, every single animal that I have encountered up until this point has been friendly. Right. Domesticated. Right. And my husband named them. Right. Okay. I'm like, oh, a snake. Oh, animals can talk. How cool. Like, and the snake's like, you should eat this apple. It's real good. And I'm like, well, why would this animal deceive me? Like, it doesn't make sense that an animal would deceive me. Like, God created animals. Like, he's not going to deceive me. And it's like, oh, but Adam told me not to eat here. Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, but why can't I eat here? Oh my gosh. Because it'll make me like God, but don't I want to be like God? And then she eats, and then she goes to Adam and said, oh my God, I ate this. And guess what? Now I know I'm naked. And he's like, what's naked?
I'm like, I can't
like, and she's like, oh, like when you don't have clothes on. And he's like, clothes?
Right. And then she's
like, yeah, I ate that one tree.
Then I guess. Right. I'm going to make my own rules.
Right.
That's where the problem comes in. Yeah. I'm going to make my own rules, and later, hopefully, it'll be okay. Right. And I'll beg for forgiveness.
The thing is, like, rules. Okay, like man-made rules are stupid, and I think like a lot of them are like really dumb. I think a lot of them are so dumb, and they're just like put in place to control people and like have people.
Oh yeah, rules maybe not a good.
But no, man-made rules.
Yeah.
However, the 10 Commandments, like this is the thing. It's not telling you this because like, oh, you're unredeemable if you disrespect your mother and father. No.
Right.
Like, I'm just telling you that, like, one day when you decide to have a family of your own and you are, you know, like, joining together with your husband, you're having a family, do you know who is really freaking helpful? Your parents.
Right.
So, like, if you have a good relationship with them, when you're raising the next generation
the
of people, you have more of a community.
The devil wanted the family unit destroyed, and he's done that.
Yeah.
He has done that. The family unit is destroyed. Men are completely lustful and out of control. Mm-hmm. Women are feeding them the lust and out of control.
Women have turned
we are completely out of
into
control.
objects.
We are out of control.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're out of control.
Yeah.
Men have every excuse in the book as to why it's okay. Mm-hmm. Women have every excuse in the book as to why it's okay.
Right.
It has become an actual shit show free for all. And I think that there's lacking of God, lacking of family, lacking of discipline.
Right.
There's no discipline because you don't have to be disciplined. There's no discipline. What does that mean? No, everything's free, happy-go-lucky, gentle parenting, gentle this, gentle that. No. There needs to be this world is going to be chaos.
Right.
That's why there were guidelines set.
Yeah.
Because you cannot have a free-for-all.
Yeah.
Human nature is going to be sinful, and the free-for-all is going to be the demise of mankind.
Right.
Like, where are we right now that people don't see that? You will not argue that. Even if you're not religious, you have to see that things are not good. What?
Sorry, my neighbor texted me a bunch and I was like, why are you texting me?
Like, things are not good. In any way, shape, or form. Now, I'm not saying my life's not good. I'm not grateful for my life. I'm saying things in society.
Yeah, no, I agree. Things in society definitely have taken
They have taken a turn. And again, nothing's been perfect. This has been going on since, as we just explained, day one.
So when I say society, like for me personally,
new.
I'm referencing even like the past 100 years. I don't even mean just like
millions of years. I mean,
no,
look,
like,
Adam and Eve said, like,
yeah, like
we get that. We get
it's like
it,
we have a sick, like there's a sickness. It's not like a, like, cause okay, back to the Bible, just one little time. We
don't have to justify
that.
We will talk about the Bible the whole time if you don't like it. Again,
yeah, we are. These are the people that we are. But
it's just the way it's going to be. Maybe we're led. Maybe we have been led to go this direction.
Say this. I always say what I feel like I should say.
Right. I do too.
Yeah. And so, like, the thing about it is, the number one thing that the Bible says more than anything else is to love your neighbor as yourself. Okay. So the point, people are like, what's my purpose? To love and to be loved. That is your purpose on earth.
And there's a level of divisiveness. There's a level of filth.
There's
a level of disloyalty.
Yeah.
There's a level of lack of leadership.
Right. That makes it like impossible because because in order to have, you have to have trust. Yeah. You have to have loyalty. You have to have discipline. Like you
thank you. Discipline is the whole Bible. I feel like revolves around discipline.
It's but not even even if like you look at anything, even if you're not looking at the Bible, anything you do in life
requires discipline.
100%. Everything.
10%.
Like if you want to go to the gym and you want to like
you're not going once.
You're not going to have results. You can't go once and get results. You can't go
you're not
every
gonna go
couple weeks and get results. Like,
and you're not going to eat bad and go and have results. Like you need to have discipline in all areas.
For all of it. Yeah. Like, and it's you tell yourself, this is what I'm doing, and then this is what you do. And that builds trust with yourself.
Yes. And results.
Yep. And so once you're able to trust yourself and you know A, B, C, if I do A, B, and C, this works. So whenever you start to join yourself with another person and you're like A, B, C, I know that works. I know that I'm a good leader. I know that when I put these things together, it gets results. And then somebody comes to you and they said, oh, I see you do ABC. Well, you don't have to do B all the time. You know that, right?
Nope, exactly.
And then that's how you know that someone is deceiving you.
Yes.
Is you have to build the trust in yourself, but you can't do
they
that
can't
without
do
discipline.
A, B, C, and D, and then over here do E and F.
Right.
And A, B, C, and D made up for it.
Right.
No, it's discipline. It's discipline
Right.
all around,
Right.
well-rounded discipline. Again, like I said, the gym is perfect, and I can attest to. We all know my background with the gym.
Yeah.
You cannot eat whatever you want in a million years. Will this ever work?
Yeah.
With calorie deficit, calories in, calories out. Now, do I believe that there are substances you can take that might enhance things? Sure.
Yeah.
We get that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are. There are definitely things you can take. However, generally speaking, scientifically speaking, take your creatine. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But that, so, and by that I don't mean drugs, but I do mean anabolic.
I thought steroids.
Anabolic.
That's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah.
Anabolic things. And then there's like clenbuterol, which is going to help you with weight loss. Again, these things are not. I think they're becoming more mainstream, but in my day they were not legal.
Right. Yeah.
But so with that being said, you can't have one without the other.
Right.
So in relationships, in parenting, you also can't have one without the other. And that is why everything is falling apart in this world is everybody wants to have one without the other. And like you said, instant gratification, lack of discipline, lack of understanding, lack of self-awareness, self-reflection, and accountability.
Yeah. And I do think something that like just popped in that I think I want to add is like, you can't have one without the other. Like even within yourself, like a lot of like specifically like men, I feel like a lot suffer with like anger issues.
Okay.
But you can't have passion without anger.
Agreed.
Like
you can't have light without darkness.
Have light without darkness. Right. And
Correct.
so you have to, that's why the discipline is important. So you know
those exist.
The balance. Because do you know the parable of the two wolves?
No.
Have you heard that? So basically it's like there's two wolves inside you.
Okay.
Which one is stronger?
Okay.
The one you feed.
Right.
So yeah.
I mean, that's like the old joke of like the angel and the devil on
Right,
your shoulder.
exactly.
It's like they're both going to be there always.
Right, exactly.
Telling you something.
But
It's not like there's
stronger
only
one's
going to be one.
the one
but
that you
which one are
put-
you going to be like giving more information to? Which one are you
Right.
going to be listening to more wholeheartedly?
Right.
Which one are you going to be like, no, I know which one has my best interest in heart.
100%. Yeah.
So it's like discipline.
Yeah. No, it's really
Discipline.
the key. It's really the key. But it's like it's obviously easier said than done. Discipline is
That's
difficult.
why it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Like it's
I
not
feel like the word
easy.
discipline even just sounds hard.
It does.
Like,
It's like discipline.
yes,
Like,
it's
okay,
hard.
like-
Discipline is, I mean, you can look at it as, anything.
Truly.
Discipline with, I mean, there's people that bite their nails.
Yeah.
It's a bad habit,
Oh my
right?
God, me.
But discipline,
Don't
like
look.
having discipline would be like, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to do this.
Right.
And it's going to be hard to break it.
Right.
It's
And I
gonna be
mean,
hard to
even
break
if you look like, if you look at your habits that are conscious or unconscious, it doesn't matter. Subconscious, that's what I meant. Unconscious.
Yeah, we're just blacking out
Yeah.
over here. I sometimes wish I could.
Yeah, no, actual. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you're already disciplined. It's just in a way that you don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
100%.
So
Because
you're already
doing
you're already
daily
stuck to your habits.
You're
So-
disciplined in doing sin is
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're
So it's like you just have to like be disciplined in other things. Like, but I guess
You
that's
sir
like the
stuck
good
to your
thing.
sin, like-
yeah, I guess that's the good thing though. Is like at least you know you can do discipline, and now that you've like acknowledged like, oh, I can be.
people are
disciplined
like,
to
I do
this.
drugs every day. I'm so disciplined in
I'm
doing my
disciplined to
drugs.
do my
I
drugs.
set them up. I get
do
them ready.
them.
I do it
heat up
every
the
hour.
lighter.
That's discipline.
Yeah,
no,
it is.
honestly,
It
a
is.
drug addict doing drugs is disciplined to get those drugs by
Right.
any means necessary.
Right.
To do those drugs by any means necessary.
Right.
To hurt whoever they need to by any means
Yeah,
necessary.
you're not gonna out-hustle
You
a
are
crackhead.
disciplined.
You
They
know
are
what
the
I
most
mean?
disciplined people you can meet.
Yeah, so why don't you just make your crack
So
instead something
imagine,
good?
right? Imagine being like, I'm going to break this and I'm going to be disciplined in getting up, going to church, going to the gym every day,
Right.
taking care of my family. Like you were already doing something daily or
Right.
weekly or monthly or whatever it may be. If you were able to do those things,
Right.
then you have discipline. You cannot say you lack discipline.
You already know that you can be disciplined. So just shift the focus of the discipline from the area of this to that.
And let's start teaching our children how to do that. And maybe this society can turn around and not be the disgusting filth that it is. Because I really do think it's filth.
Yeah, no, please teach your kids, because I'm an adult struggling to do my laundry. And if I had learned that when I was young,
right?
oh my God, it would have been so much easier.
Like we didn't get, and not that I had bad parents, but I never really was taught like morals. Like,
I was, but I also did not live with my mom for the first 9 years of my life.
That's what I'm saying. Growing up is crucial. That is important.
Yeah.
I think that helped you.
And
I think
immensely. And after I found, so weird fact. So my grandma passed away in November. My birthday's in September.
Okay.
I turned 9 and my grandma passed away like a couple months later.
Which, as we know, at 9, you can...
Your moral compass is set by the time you're 9 years old. Yeah. And I'm like, wow.
Thankfully.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Literal God. And also my grandma, because my grandma, like, there's lots of stories that she was maybe like a atrocious person to my mom and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, like really. But I don't have those memories. I never was really around my mom and my grandma at the same time. My mom just chose to be absent. But like, my grandma was the coolest person to me. Like, I mean,
and it's possible that in her younger years, because I've heard of that, you meet somebody's grandma and they're like, oh, she was awful.
Well, yeah. And my grandma also used to do drugs
and
with
I was like, whoa,
my
really?
grandpa. That's my mom's dad. And he never quit.
Oh, really?
And they split up a long time. Yeah. So I never met my grandpa. So he died a couple months before I was born.
Okay.
In prison.
I do remember that, actually. I just didn't know that part of it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, because it was like what, like the freaking 60s. My mom that's when they got together. In the 70s, they were like, my mom was the youngest and she was born in 76. So like basically from like 70 to 76, they had like 3 kids.
Okay.
And that was my aunt's. And so they split up. Like my mom went to go live with her dad when she was 14, and that's when he gave her drugs because he didn't know how to deal with her things, because that's how he dealt with all his problems. So he's like, well, this helps me.
Right.
But she had gone through something like absolutely atrocious. Like it's people, she should have been medicated. Like it was
just not
severe.
with that. Yeah.
Like drugs is not the way to go, but like, you know, it's like the whole setup. But like, if my grandfather had chosen to be more disciplined in his life, then maybe he wouldn't have ended up, you know, doing all the things that he was doing and, you know, losing his family and like, you know, losing all these opportunities. Because even my grandfather, he was a singer and he played guitar and he wrote songs and he had the opportunity to get signed by the same record label that Elvis was. And
the opportunities that people throw away for lack of discipline. Yeah. Because and I know we joked about discipline with drugs, but we mean but I'm lack of positive discipline is actually insane. People throw away families, people throw away jobs, people throw again the Coldplay thing. People throw away careers, people throw away their kids because you know, sometimes when you do things like that and have lack of discipline, your kids may very well grow up and be like, I don't want anything to do with you.
Well, yeah, I'm the only one that talks
they might
to
not
my
forgive
mom.
you.
My sister
not
will
everybody's
not
under
talk
God.
to her. She does not talk to her at all whatsoever. Like, I mean,
I get
granted, I back my sister on that. Like, I'm like no,
you get it.
I get why you don't talk to her, because what she did, like, because she did some out of pocket shit to my sister. Like, I mean, she did that to me as well, but like, I could.
There's always somebody that can handle it better.
Yeah. I can handle it better.
Yeah.
My sister, like, as much as I love her, she really hasn't, like, she's always had someone else to rely on.
Yeah.
So, like, she's always had, like, her dad or her grandma, or, because we have different dads, her dad or her grandma or someone to be there to, like,
right.
If she's ever at rock bottom, they're like, no, you're not. Like,
you don't have a choice to be like, I either forgive this woman or
it's sink or
I'm
swim.
going to sit with this forever and it's going to hold my life back.
Exactly.
And again, that doesn't mean that everyone has to accept certain things in their life.
Right. No, you absolutely don't.
But it's like, should you forgive and try to move forward with or without that person? Because you can even forgive your mom.
Oh, yeah, and never speak to her again.
And never speak to her again and say,
I believe in
I'm going to move forward in my life. I've forgiven you.
Yeah.
I love you and I've 100%. Forgiven you. But I have to move forward.
Yeah.
Because what you did to me and or what you potentially can still do to me is just not something I want to risk.
Exactly. I don't like someone having that power over me.
Right.
Because I don't think that anyone should have power over people. Like, that's weird. Like, I mean, you know, whatever. to each their own, I guess, but weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like anybody that's like, I'm the boss of you. I'm like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, please stop. Like, do you have a suggestion that will help make my life better? Or if I'm doing something and, you know, I'm doing it incorrectly, if you're like correcting me on something, cool.
I think that's love. I think that's
great.
Yeah.
Don't try to be the boss of me. Because
No.
I'm crazy. Like, I don't know how many times I've said that. Like, I'm not well in my head. Like, and you try to be the boss of me. And like, yes, like I've worked a lot on my,
You're like, I've worked a lot to come here. You're not taking that away from me. Yeah. Yeah.
But
that's what I feel. I feel like I've worked so hard on self reflection. And again, that doesn't mean we're saying we're perfect.
No.
I make mistakes all the time.
I'm just aware
I say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, but
yeah.
I'm aware.
Right.
You know, I've been accused of not being accountable for things before where if the intention's not there and I'm explaining the intention's not there, I'm not saying your feelings aren't valid.
Right.
So that can be misled as being not accountable.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, maybe I do have a problem with that, trying to explain like, well, I did this because of this, instead of just being like, well, I'm sorry that made you feel that way. I'll try to not do that again. I always want to try to explain it because I feel like that does help the other person
so
understand,
that you know that I'm not doing this to you maliciously.
They didn't have this horrible
they weren't intending to like hurt my feeling, but like it's like, oh, like I also like to explain myself, and I like to say, this is what I did. I'm sorry for making you feel that way. Like, I don't.
This is what I was thinking when I did it.
Yeah, and this was my intention. This was what I was trying to convey, and this is what I was trying to say. Like,
very important.
You know, I feel upset that you feel bad. Like, I don't, that's not my intention at all whatsoever. Like, and if you need to take some time to like sit with those emotions, but like past me saying I'm sorry and acknowledging what I did, what else can I do for you? Yeah. Like, then that's on you. Like, you have to, like, I said, sorry, do you forgive me? Yes or no? No. Okay, cool.
Right.
Let me know what I can do. And then but let me know what I can do. Like, I'll work on my actions, not let me know what I can do. I have to do something for you to forgive me.
Right.
Like, that's.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Like, no. Do you forgive me or do you not? Yes or no?
Yeah.
There's nothing else I can do. It is all in your hands now.
Yep. And it has to be all in your hands. Like, if you don't give that person everything that you can, and an explanation as to, I guess, your thoughts, then it is in their hands.
Right.
It is.
Right. Because if you want to sit and you want to dwell on, or if you want to, you know, make the decision not to be my friend, or make the decision not to be with me, or make that's all your decision. Like,
that's okay.
Like, but sitting here and ruminating and creating a festering like wound and sore of like, oh, I'm so mad because you always, like, every single time you throw something away, you don't close the lid. That pisses me off. And now you're festering on it.
Yeah.
Listen to what you just said.
And save it for something bigger.
Right.
Save it for something major.
Right.
Because when that major thing comes,
right,
you should not have wasted all that energy on that.
Right. Exactly.
And be like, okay, now I can sit here and we need to address this, because now this is a problem.
Right.
So people, like I said, the hold me with accountability thing, I don't think that's the biggest thing in the world.
Right.
I do that. I do know I do that.
Yeah.
And I do work on it. I'm like, I'm not trying to not be accountable. I'm just trying to explain to you my thought process.
Right.
Where they're like, just say sorry
you
and
were
be
gaslit for multiple years of your life too. Like, that's
my
like
actual
a huge
whole life.
thing. Like,
the gaslighting. Oh, right. Where you need to explain yourself.
You feel like you have to explain yourself because this person is telling you that you're doing something that you know you were not doing.
Yes.
Like,
and then they're telling me that again. And I'm like, no, I wasn't trying to do XYZ.
Right.
I was trying to do this. And they're like, but I think you were trying to do XYZ. And I'm like, that's fine. But let me explain why.
Yeah.
And you might see it differently. You might not. I'm not trying to change your mind.
Right.
I'm trying to let you understand.
Somebody used to say to me, like, I've already looked at it from all points of view. Right? And I'm like,
you're like, because we want to give them all points of view. And they're like, no, it's fine. I've already. And I'm like, no, you haven't, because you don't know my point of view.
Right. Exactly.
So you haven't seen all points of view.
So
my point of view is always going to be different.
Tell me what I was going to say.
My therapist, who has 30 years under her belt and is an angel, and I can say this, and I don't feel like it's sinful because I believe she is an angel sent from above.
Yeah.
She said to me that there was a study that they took 100 people and they showed them a crime scene and they showed them the evidence. And they said, each of you write up your interpretation and perspective of what happened. And this is a little scary. And she says it was a scary exercise. Not one. They may have come to the same conclusion, but not one person had the same,
like, this is exactly what happened.
Not one. Yeah.
And
And she was like, it was the most mind-blowing thing I learned because she always does, she still does education. She always does continuing education. She said the most mind-blowing thing I learned was that no one's ever going to have my perspective.
No. And that's the thing.
Ever.
You have to let go of the idea that you're thinking about it. Like if I was this person, no, you're not that
like
person.
if I were them, I would do
but
this.
You're not.
Wrong. And
You're
you
not.
also don't know what you would do
Exactly.
in that situation.
Because you're not them.
You're not them. You're
because
not
you're
them.
thinking if I was them, so if they were
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
no, that's not.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not like, no. They made that decision because they are them.
Yes.
That's why they did what they did.
Yes. And you trying to understand it.
You can't
it's never gonna
understand.
happen.
Like you can't like do the thing. Like you just can't.
That's
like,
why it's the responsibility of that other person to explain it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not. Maybe they could say F you. I don't know.
No, I think that if you're, I definitely think that if you're
talking
doing
about a
something that's
relationship,
affecting other people, it is your
if you're doing something to a
explain
friend
it,
or a spouse and it's affecting them
or
immensely.
Even a coworker, like it doesn't matter.
And they're like, why did you do that? And you're like, I don't know. They're always going to be like, well, I'm going to come to my own conclusion why you did that because that's my perspective and this is what I would have been thinking when 100%. I did it. So it must be what you were thinking and that may be wrong.
Snaps.
Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all it comes down to, everyone, we will wrap it up.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap
all
it up.
It comes down to is find God, handle your ish. No,
it
comes down to
that's literally what
it actually comes down to, though, is find God and handle yourself.
And whatever that means to you. Okay?
Whatever that means to you, but discipline, accountability, self-reflection. I think our society can turn around if those things are implemented. The family unit. I'm not saying everybody has to go get married and have babies and beaver cleaver. Didn't say that.
Yeah.
Didn't say that because I know that's where that's going to go.
No, but community and family is the most important thing.
In some way, shape, or form. The divisiveness is completely out of control.
It's the key to healing. It's the key to survival. It's the key to a happy life. It's the key to success. It's the key to everything. Like
repenting, again, I can't speak for the people that don't believe in that. So you do you, but the people that do, and I hope someday, you come and give your life to Jesus, but in your heart. Sometimes when I say life, I'm like,
don't kill yourself for God. Okay.
Just literally saying, this is not I mean, your
not
self, your heart.
This is not a cult.
But
allegedly. No,
but discipline, self-reflection, self-awareness, respect, loyalty, acceptance, community, family unit.
Yes.
These are all lacking right now.
Yeah.
Severely.
Yeah.
So how about we all work on those?
Think about that.
I don't even see people's friendships being loyal. I mean, I'm lucky. Like I said, I'm past that age.
I'm lucky too.
What I'm watching is their loyalty has become optional.
Yeah.
Loyalty has become like
it's like personal gain outweighs loyalty.
100%.
And I'm like, what?
100%. If your friend is being attacked, I can almost guarantee that right now in this day and age, the friends around you are going to be like,
no, if my friend's getting attacked, we're getting attacked.
We're getting attacked.
I'm like, no.
My friends are like that.
If I have food on my table, my friends are also eating. Like, I'm not.
I will eat a crumb so that we all get a crumb.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If I have a loaf of bread and in every single one of us split it up, it's one bite, then we will all have one bite. Like,
I don't know that I've always been like that, but without a doubt, that's how I feel now.
Because it's community. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, it saves people's life. It saved my life. Like, it saved and that is like the other thing, like when we're saying like find God, no, because you will find a community within that is it's different.
You're not alone.
These are people that believe in like being wholesome to their core, like having integrity,
right?
So that's why it works. It's not just the people that
we know and we know that because I'm already waiting, but
I went to church and
this person's bad.
Did I say go to church? I didn't. I
do think you should go to church, but I think that doesn't mean that they are also without sin and holier than thou. That's not the point. That's called a false idol and a false prophet. Nobody's saying that.
Right.
So thank you. It's still a sense of community. It doesn't mean that all those people are perfect because then we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Yeah.
So
if there was anyone that was perfect, I would be like, okay, well,
Jesus is here.
I guess it's attainable.
It's time. Yeah.
I guess it's attainable. Like, people pleasers everywhere. It's attainable. You can be perfect. You need to work harder.
Yeah.
No,
Right. So it's possible. So now we're all doing something wrong.
Like, okay, my bad, didn't know.
So I think everybody should take a moment of self-reflection, regardless of religion.
Just have a moment, take 5
reflect
deep breaths.
yourself, ask yourself, are you doing things that are benefiting you and those around you? And I don't mean selfishness. I mean, like, is it a positive thing in your life? Is it positive to others? And if you're not, can you change those things? And are they serving you to where you should keep them around? And if they're not bringing you something good, then they're not serving you.
Right.
Even if they're bringing you money.
Right.
You're a drug dealer.
Right.
They're bringing you money. It's bringing you money.
Yeah.
So it serves you money and you need that money. That's not a good thing though.
Right.
So you reevaluate that and think about doing something different. Mm-hmm. And I think that if everybody, we'd be in world peace and everybody did that, everybody would be perfect. World peace. Nobody would have problems. There wouldn't be drugs. There wouldn't be rape. There wouldn't be, you know. So yes, I get that that's not attainable and it's not realistic and it's not sustainable. But I do think that society can make a change.
Right.
I really do.
I do too.
So I think it all starts with us and it starts now. And it starts with how we raise our children.
No, I 100% agree. 100% agree. But yeah. I think that's a great. I think that's a great.
Y'all stop being nasty.
Ender, yeah. So don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. You know, comment, engage. Like, do you feel this way? Do you not feel this way? Like, if you do, great. If you don't, great. But either way, tell us.
2 seconds. Say comment. Yeah, I reply back.
Yeah, and our social media team replies back, and I'm trying to be more active about replying back. I promise, guys, I'm really trying. Like, you guys,
she doesn't even like accept collabs or like.
No, literally, I looked the other day and I was like, oh my god,
there's like 500.
Accept. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, post my story. Like, I just forget that I'm alive sometimes.
Oh.
I'm just like, oh, I'm a human being in person.
I was like, oh,
okay.
Do I
No, not like that. Not like.
I was like, we just took a turn, guys. We're gonna have to.
Okay, we'll find out what happens.
Now
next
we're having
episode.
an intervention.
Like,
so
no. I just forget that I'm like, this is not a simulation, and I actually have to engage.
I had some Christians that were like, no. I was like, no, we didn't say it is. I said we live in a simulation, and I.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
you're like, no, that is what I'm saying.
I'm saying this is the Matrix, like straight up.
Right.
Like, what if I disappeared?
I literally just got dizzy because I was like, I would probably
like,
like disintegrate into my chair.
Like, I don't know what I would do. Like,
I don't know what I would do. Okay. I'd probably be like, see.
You're like, well,
how do I find her?
Bye.
Like she's somewhere.
Don't forget to
she went somewhere. Share. How about? You know what? There are people that share our reels, but how about share our YouTube link?
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be very kind of you guys. I would appreciate it.
We're also on Spotify and Apple. Oh, I think we just got on Apple.
For real?
Yeah.
FR. Awesome.
So listen there too. But I prefer YouTube so you can see our craziness.
Yeah.
It's not the same without seeing the craziness.
I'm expressive. I'm so expressive. Just
you don't want to miss that.
You don't want to see you don't want to miss my eyebrows going up and down.
Right. You don't want to miss me rocking back and forth like
no side to side.
Like, I literally like rock back and forth, eat ice. Like you know, again, ADHD, but I don't make excuses for everything I do in life because of it.
Yeah. And that's where we started and that's where we're end.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.